I'm Tammy Dana-Bashian, Mayor of Rowlett.
And I'm Brian Funderburk, Rowlett City Manager.
Welcome to the December 2021 edition of Spotlight on Rowlett. As you can tell, we're filming in a different location this month. We are in the new studio space for the Rowlett Communications Department. As you can see, the sets are still a work in progress and we're getting set up. We are very excited for you to see future productions coming soon. There's some exciting street projects about to break ground in Rowlett. Like every community, Rowlett continues to have critical infrastructure needs to meet both current and future demand. To help address these needs, the city developed a rolling 3-year bond program resulting in successful bond elections in 2015, 2018, and again in 2021, which raised $114.8 million for needed capital improvements without negatively impacting the tax rate. In the 2018 bond election, the citizens of Rowlett approved the reconstruction and widening of Miller Road from Dal Rock Road to west of Cheesa Road, as well as the reconstruction and widening of Cheesa Road from Dal Rock Road to Miller Road. I am very happy to report that these projects have been funded, are designed or are significantly far along in that process, and construction on Miller Road will begin soon. These projects will be underway for several years, and the city staff's goal is to see that traffic in Rowlett is impacted as little as possible. For details on these projects and for information about the I-30 expansion, check out the latest Mayor's Spotlight newsletter, now available on rowlett.com. So Brian, we've done a lot through the years, but we got major project, Miller Road, about to start. So I know the public will be very, very happy to see the widening, and we'll have sidewalks, and it'll be such a big improvement there on Miller Road.
Well, and Mayor, not only Miller, but in the very near future, Cheesa Road will start down from Miller to Dal Rock. Of course, I-30 is still going on right now and will be under construction for a couple of years. This is an exciting time not only for Rowlett, but that whole southeastern quadrant of the city.
Yeah, and we've known for quite a while we've needed to widen those roads. Traffic is difficult there. Mm-hmm. Just to briefly touch on the bridge, because everybody always asks that next question, and we talk about this a lot. The bridge does not include widening of the bridge. That is going to have to be a combined project with COG and Dallas County, and $50+ million. So the bridge is not funded in this phase of construction.
That's correct. But when we get through with Miller, that will be the only piece left in Rowlett on Miller Road that still needs work.
And we'll continue to work with all the officials we need to help us with that issue too.
Congratulations to the Rowlett Area Chamber and Visitor Center. They have been awarded the 4-star accreditation from the U.S. Chamber of Commerce for their sound policies, effective organizational procedures, and positive impact on the community. Only 200 of 7,000 chambers nationwide are accredited, which puts Rowlett Area Chamber in the top 3%. The mission of the Rowlett Area Chamber and Visitor Center is to represent and promote the economic well-being of the business community. You know, Mayor, this is a pretty exciting time. The Chamber has been working on this for 2 years at least, but they've been talking about this even before then, and it's so exciting to see them achieve this goal.
You know, it's just a tremendous achievement, tremendous amount of work. So proud of our Chamber. They've been doing just incredible work. And, it's important. You have a lot of departments in the city that have gone through the accreditation process, and it's not just lip service. It is putting in processes and practices and, policies that are very, very important for, making sure you have one of those top-notch departments in the case of your departments, or in the case of the Chamber, one of those top-notch chambers. So very, very happy for them. Who can forget the winter storm of February 2021 and the resulting power outages? While the city did not experience disruptions of water and wastewater service during last February's winter storm, we knew we had risk by not having certain lift stations and water pump stations equipped with backup generators. On June 16th, the City Council approved the purchase of 2 stationary backup power generators to significantly reduce our risk of disruptions as a result of power outages. The installation of the Merritt Road Water Pump Station generator is currently underway, and Liberty Grove Water Pump Station will begin soon. We are very excited about these new generators and what they will mean to the citizens of Rowlett and to our Public Works Department. So, interesting times last February. Don't think we can assume it's not going to happen again. And, you know, we were this close to losing water along with the other North Texas Municipal Water Service customers. But this is one time North Texas Water Municipal District did an incredible job making sure that we did not lose service.
Well, and Mayor, as you said, we were literally hours away from losing water service, and so you know, it was amazing that they were able to keep the water provided. We saw other communities across the state where that didn't happen.
Right.
The one thing that I'd also like to point out too, in addition to the water pump stations, you know, the city has 26 sewer lift stations. Half of those have backup generators, the other half do not. And so, you know, getting federal monies that from the American Rescue Plan Act is really incredible that we were able to set aside or preserve a portion of that for that. But we're also asking for grants too, because we really want to get those sewer lift stations also with backup power generation. Every ice storm and every time we have power outages, our folks are running around from station to station trying to pump them down while we're waiting for the power to come back up. And so far we haven't had major interruption, but you know, that day will come if we don't get these things done.
So the bottom line is our water pump stations will have permanent generators, and half of our lift stations currently have them, and the other half we have funding planned to get those up with generators also.
Yes, we do.
Make a huge improvement to our local distribution of water and sewer during power outages.
Do you know a cultural arts group in Rowlett looking for some funding? Apply for the Cultural Arts Grant. The deadline is Friday, December 17th. The Arts and Humanities Commission awards small grants to support the activities of Rowlett-based cultural arts groups. Project applications must demonstrate how the funds will be used to promote the cultural arts in Rowlett. Grant recipients must also agree to provide one program or exhibit to benefit Rowlett citizens during the grant year.
And that's not the only grant that the Commission is offering. Do you work in a school or have a child participating in a school arts program? The Arts and Education Grant provides opportunities for students to view, participate in, and understand creative and performing arts. Deadline for applications is January 14th, 2022. Grants are open to public and private schools within the city of Rowlett. Applications and details for both grant opportunities are now available at rowlett.com. And don't forget to follow the Arts and Humanities Commission on social media for the latest updates. The Commission recently met to plan out their 2022 calendar of events. Keep an eye out for upcoming contests, artist spotlights, and the return of Rowlett Sings. 2022, I haven't said that too much. We got some things being planned for next year that are really, really exciting, the most of which is bringing Rowlett Sings back. What a great project that the Arts and Humanities Commission puts on. That performance is just wonderful.
So Mayor, maybe it's a time for you and I to do a duet.
I don't sing, but I know you do.
Oh, no, I don't. But how great it is that to bring that back. We know that that's a popular event. We haven't really been doing that a lot of years compared to some of the other things, but boy, people really love it.
Yeah, and you know, COVID sidelined that, but we'll be back.
Yep.
Well, Brian, the holidays are here, and there's plenty of fun to be had in Rowlett. First up, it's the Main Street Fest and Holiday Parade on Saturday, December 4th from 5 to 9 p.m. in the village of Rowlett downtown. Join us for a festive evening of live performances, vendors, kids' activities, the annual lighted holiday parade, and of course, the big man himself, Santa. There will be plenty of vendors lined up on Main Street, along with music performances from local groups. Then at 6 p.m., we will begin the holiday parade featuring light-up floats.
Then, every night after the Main Street Fest, for the entire month of December, you'll be able to drive through the village of Rowlett downtown and see our synchronized holiday light show. Just look for the signs with the FM station and listen to a holiday arrangement of songs that will match the dancing lights. Also, returning in December is the 12 Days of Christmas. Activities include DIY, holiday ornaments, holiday trivia, brunch with Santa, Christmas karaoke, and much more. The 12 Days of Christmas calendar is now available on Rowlett.com. Some activities do require registration.
Help decorate downtown. Decorate a tree for your business or organization to be displayed in downtown this holiday season. You'll need to act fast. The tree submission period is from November 29th through December 3rd.
Is there a Clark Griswold in your neighborhood? Nominate them for Light Up Rowlett Award. Saluting the time and effort that goes into outdoor holiday decor, one home in each quadrant of Rowlett will be recognized for their outstanding holiday displays, and you get to choose them. See a holiday display that looks great? Snap a photo or video and then email it to the address shown on the screen. Nominations are open until December 12th, and then on Monday, December 13th, nominations will be closed and voting for your favorite display will begin on the Rowlett Neighborhood Planning website. The 4 lucky winners will be announced on December 17th. Winners will receive the Light Up Rowlett Holiday Beautification signage and be featured on all City of Rowlett's media outlets. Don't miss out on this fun annual tradition as we celebrate the holiday season.
Finally, it's the Winter Reading Program at the Rowlett Public Library. Through January 8th, readers of all ages can earn book tags by reading for 30 minutes a day. Logs are now available at the reference desk for all participants. Pre-registration for this program is preferred, but not required. Visit Rowlett.com for all the details.
On this month's Spotlight Story, City Secretary Laura Hallmark drops by the new studio to discuss the upcoming May 2022 elections with the mayor. Let's take a look.
So happy to be having Laura Hallmark, City Secretary, joining me today. One of the many duties of your office is overseeing our local election process. So now that the November election cycle's past us, it's time to gear up for the local election. When is that, Laura?
So, as you know, the City of Rowlett is on a 3-year election cycle, and the first of those years is 4 members of council. The next year is 3 members of council, and then that 3rd year is a by-year, which in years past the council has utilized as a bond package.
And the May 7th, 2022 election is the year where we have 4 seats up.
Correct. So we have the mayor's position and the even-numbered places, 2, 4, and 6.
So I'm termed out.
You are.
And
then place 2, Brownie Cheryl, is also termed out. Place 4, Whitney Lanning, is still eligible to run. And then also place 6, Martha Brown, is also termed out.
what do these places mean? People get really confused about that, so help us understand that.
They do. We get calls all the time. Who's my council member? Well, all 7 of you are their council member, and those place numbers are really just for place distinction for the ballot and for the seats at the dais. They're not geographic designations at all.
And so if somebody needs help in the city, go to the Action Center.
Correct.
But if you want to go to a council person or the mayor, we are all at large.
Correct.
Great. So Laura, if someone's interested in running for council, what do they need to know?
Well, first off, qualifications to be a candidate or be a council member. They need to be an active registered voter in the city of Rowlett. They need to have resided within the city for at least 1 year prior to the election. So if they moved to Rowlett May 6th, and then also to not be in arrears of any taxes to the city, unless of course it's under protest with the appraisal district.
To make sure they have their fines and taxes all paid up.
Correct.
Great. So where do they find out information on how to do this?
So there is a lot of information and things that people do need to know in order to run for council. And our office publishes a city council candidate guide, which will be available mid-December. Request forms for that guide will be available on the city's website. And once that person has reviewed the guide, which is a lot of information to take in, and if they do choose to become a candidate, the filing period begins January 19th. It ends February 18th, and then any last minute people who's kind of on the fence, there's still that write-in deadline of February 22nd.
Which is not a very good option, because you want if you're going to run, you want your name on the ballot, not as a write-in, but you do have that. I assume that's part of state law that allows for that.
Correct. And there is a lot of information that gets turned in to our office when people file, and just filing doesn't end it. Our process starts. So we verify the petitions that people fill out with their applications, and so you do want to get that information in quickly, because you don't want to leave it for the last minute in case there are any issues.
Yes, and in years past, I noticed that once you get a petition, you verify all the signatures, and you try to get back to that candidate pretty darn quick if it's a valid filing.
Absolutely.
But if you file the last day and there's something wrong with your petition, you're kind of out of luck.
That's right. 5 o'clock is the deadline.
Right. So I've read these guides historically when I ran from council and then ran for mayor, and they're a little overwhelming, but very, very good information. And if you are interested and you start reading that and get a little overwhelmed, just go through it step by step, and it's all okay.
Right. Take a deep breath. Yeah. It'll be okay.
It's very voluminous.
It is a lot of information, but by no means is it comprehensive. I mean, there's still information that you can get outside of the guide, but our office is available to answer any questions to help people along the way and refer them to the different organizations or the subject matter experts for their questions.
Great. Now, okay, so someone's interested, they've read the guide, they've filed their petition, you then go through the validation process, and it's valid. Now what?
Now you're a candidate. And that can also be overwhelming for people. And where do you go from there? The city manager's office does host a candidate orientation for all candidates, where he discusses the city operations, council's role as policymakers, and current topics or hot topics around the city that a candidate might need to know when they're out there campaigning for their position.
I find that so important. Those of us that are on council and we live and breathe this stuff. Not everybody out there can watch every council meeting or come to every council meeting, so that's a really good orientation session to try to help people get up to speed so they can be effective candidates.
Absolutely, and then ultimately effective council members. It's really eye-opening for some people to realize what all is involved to be a council member, and council's roles and responsibilities in the city, and staff's responsibilities. So it's very helpful, I think, for people to have that information.
Absolutely. And in addition to the candidate orientation session, I think there's things that happen during the election season to help candidates get the word out. What are some of those things?
Yes, along with their individual campaign strategy or practices, we have different organizations around town who offer candidate forums in order for the voters to get to know the candidates a little bit better. The Rowlett Chamber of Commerce hosts one, and I believe one of the political parties programs usually hosts one as well.
All right, so go through the petition process, the verification process, the campaigning process. Election day comes. How does a winner get determined?
So the City of Rowlett City Council elections are based on a majority vote. So that is 50% plus 1. And in local government at our level, the 1 really does count. We have had a previous council election decided upon 1 vote.
And that was Michael Gallup's.
It was.
What happens if one candidate doesn't get 50% plus one vote?
So in the event that one of the candidates does not receive 50% plus one, there will be a runoff election in June between the two who receive the most votes.
So tell us a little bit about how the public goes about making sure they can vote. Either it's early voting, election day voting, registration dates. Give us some of that information.
In order to vote in the May election, voters must be registered or update their information by April 7th. So that includes people who have moved to Rowlett. They need to make sure that their address is correct, or those newlyweds who need to make sure that their name is updated as well.
So where do our residents vote?
Well, Rowlett has a distinction of being located in two counties, Rockwall and Dallas. Since the counties have gone to a vote center format, they need to go to their respective counties to vote. So our Rockwall County residents who live in Rowlett will vote in Rockwall County, and then Dallas County residents will vote in Dallas County.
And you know, that's a change made a couple years ago. Time flies, so maybe it was a little longer than that, but we don't have any control over that.
No, because we do contract with the county election departments, and so we do have to go by their processes and format, and it really is a benefit to us to contract with them for those services. And actually going to the vote centers makes it really convenient for people because they're not limited to their precinct location any longer. They can vote at any vote center location in the county.
I know it is a little frustrating and inconvenient for our Rockwall County side to have to go all the way over the lake to early vote. And we recognize that, but it's out of our control.
It is, and you know, never say never. We're trying to locate something on our side of the lake for those Rockwall residents. So it is something that we're working toward.
And people need information about where to vote, when to vote. All this is on the website.
Yes, there will be a tab under government, under elections. There will be a page for the May election that will have all the information that they need, and contact information, phone numbers, dates, times, and all of that stuff.
And early voting starts when?
It begins in April 25th, and runs through May 3rd. It'll be here before you know it.
Thank you so much for joining us. Lots of information. Thought it was a good time to talk about this since we have 4 seats coming up for election in May. Thank you, Laura.
It's definitely interesting.
City offices will be closed December 23rd and 24th for the Christmas holiday, and again on Friday, December 31st for New Year's Eve. Do you have a question or concern? Contact the City of Rowlett's Action Center. Our team provides courteous and efficient customer service by offering citizens a hassle-free method of obtaining information and reporting concerns. An Action Center representative is available from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday by calling 972-412-6100.
That wraps it up for the December 2021 edition of Spotlight on Rowlett. Stay connected with the latest city news and events. Follow and like the City of Rowlett's Facebook page. And don't forget to subscribe to our weekly Friday at 5 newsletter and the monthly Mayor Spotlights newsletter. Both are available by visiting rowlett.com. We hope your holidays are filled with warmth and cheerful celebration.
And we wish you a happy and healthy 2022.
Happy holidays from Spotlight on Rowlett.